The Rich Mirror, written and published by Rich Audiobooks. But if your financial reality is simply a reflection of who you believe you are, The Rich Mirror is not about numbers. It's about identity, self-worth, and inner truth. Every thought, every emotion, every decision you make is shaping your wealth, and most of it starts in the mirror. Are you seeing the version of you that is powerful, deserving, and capable of greatness? Or are you stuck in the reflection of old stories, fears, and limits? This book is your invitation to look deeper. Because when you shift what you see in yourself, you shift what the world reflects back. Wealth doesn't start with strategy, it starts with self-perception. So ask yourself, what does your mirror say about your destiny? Chapter 1. See the rich you first, then become it. Every great achievement in human history began as a vision in someone's mind. The skyscrapers that pierce our city skylines were first architectural drawings. The smartphones we carry were once just imaginative sketches in a designer's notebook. And the wealth you desire already exists within you as a potential waiting to be realized. The human brain is remarkable in its inability to distinguish between a vividly imagined experience and a real one. When you engage in deep visualization, your neural pathways fire in patterns nearly identical to those activated during actual experiences. This phenomenon explains why professional athletes can improve their performance through mental rehearsal alone, and why successful entrepreneurs often report having seen their empire in their mind's eye long before building it. Consider Sarah Blakely, who visualized herself as a successful businesswoman years before founding Spanx. She would drive around Atlanta, deliberately taking routes past the city's most prestigious buildings, imagining her future office in their upper floors. Today, her company occupies prime real estate in these very locations. This isn't coincidence, it's the power of seeing yourself in your desired state before physical reality catches up. The sequence of transformation is crucial. Vision precedes manifestation. Most people wait to feel successful until after they've achieved their goals, but this approach works backward. Your brain requires a clear image of the destination to create the neural pathways necessary for achievement. Think of it as programming your internal GPS. Without a clear destination, you'll wander aimlessly, hoping to stumble upon success. When you look in the mirror each morning, you likely see your current reality. Perhaps someone struggling with bills, working a job you don't love, or feeling trapped in financial mediocrity. But this mirror moment can become your most powerful tool for transformation. Instead of accepting the current reflection, train yourself to see the wealthy version of you who already exists in potential. This isn't about deluding yourself or playing pretend. It's about acknowledging a fundamental truth. Your future wealthy self is as real as your present self, it simply exists in a different time coordinate. By seeing and connecting with this version of you, you create a bridge between your current reality and your desired state. Your brain begins to recognize the wealthy you as authentic and legitimate, making it easier to make decisions and take actions aligned with this identity. The practice of seeing your wealthy self requires more than casual daydreaming. It demands dedicated, focused attention to detail. Who is this wealthy version of you? How do they carry themselves? What decisions do they make? How do they speak, dress, and interact with others? The more vivid and specific your vision, the more powerful its impact on your subconscious mind. Let's begin with your first mirror meditation. Find a quiet space with a mirror where you won't be disturbed. Stand or sit comfortably, and take 3 deep breaths to center yourself. Look into your own eyes and allow yourself to see beyond the surface reflection. Imagine wealth, abundance, and success radiating from within you. See the confident posture, the knowing smile, the clear eyes of someone who lives in financial freedom. Hold this vision for several minutes, allowing yourself to feel the emotions associated with being this version of you. This practice may feel uncomfortable at first. You might notice resistance, doubt, or even hear an inner voice questioning the exercise. These reactions are normal. They're simply the gap between your current self and your wealthy identity making itself known. Rather than fighting these feelings, acknowledge them as signposts marking the territory between where you are and where you're going. Each time you practice seeing your wealthy self, this gap will narrow, and your wealthy identity will feel increasingly natural and accessible. Remember, every wealthy person you admire once stood where you stand now. They dared to see a version of themselves that didn't yet exist in physical reality. Now it's your turn to look in the mirror and see beyond the present moment. into the wealthy future that awaits your arrival. Chapter 2. Your outer world mirrors your inner beliefs. Your financial reality is a perfect reflection of your deepest held beliefs about wealth, success, and your worthiness to receive abundance. Like a mirror that faithfully shows exactly what stands before it, your external circumstances reveal the precise image of your internal programming about money. Consider how many times you've told yourself stories about wealth. Rich people are greedy. Money doesn't grow on trees, or I'll never be able to afford that. These aren't just harmless thoughts. They're powerful commands to your subconscious mind, instructing it to maintain your current financial status quo. Your mind, ever faithful to your beliefs, works tirelessly to prove these statements true, creating a self-fulfilling prophecy that reinforces your existing financial situation. This mirror effect explains why lottery winners often lose their fortunes and return to their original financial state within a few years. Their sudden wealth contradicts their established beliefs about money, creating an internal conflict that their subconscious mind resolves by returning them to familiar territory. Similarly, self-made millionaires who lose everything frequently rebuild their wealth because their internal belief system remains aligned with prosperity. Your wealth thermostat, the internal mechanism that regulates your financial comfort zone, is set based on your earliest experiences with money, your family's attitudes toward wealth, and the stories you've accumulated throughout your life. Like a home's thermostat maintains a consistent temperature, your wealth thermostat works to maintain your familiar financial temperature, whether that's struggling to make ends meet or comfortably generating abundant income. The good news is that this mirror effect works both ways. When you consciously choose to examine and upgrade your beliefs about wealth, your external reality must shift to match your new internal programming. This isn't magical thinking, it's a practical process of aligning your actions with elevated beliefs about what's possible for you financially. Start by observing your automatic responses to money situations. Do you immediately check your bank account when faced with an unexpected opportunity? Do you feel guilty when spending on yourself? Do you believe that making money requires struggle and sacrifice? These reactions reveal your underlying beliefs about wealth and your relationship with abundance. As you identify these limiting beliefs, remember that they're not facts. They're simply programs running in your mental software. Just as you can update your phone's operating system, you can update your wealth operating system. Replace thoughts like, I can't afford it, with, how can I afford it? Transform money is hard to come by into money flows easily into my life through multiple channels. The wealthy version of you already exists in potential, waiting to be revealed through the mirror of your consciousness. This version holds empowering beliefs like, I am a money magnet, wealth comes naturally to me, and I deserve abundance in all forms. As you consistently hold these new beliefs in your mind's mirror, your external reality begins to shift, presenting opportunities and resources that align with your upgraded financial self. Your bank account, investment portfolio, and overall net worth are simply reflecting back to you what you truly believe about your relationship with money. By consciously choosing to see yourself as someone who naturally attracts and maintains wealth, you begin the process of transforming your financial reflection. The mirror never lies, it simply shows you what you believe to be true. Change the image you hold before the mirror of your mind, and your financial reality will transform to match this new reflection. Chapter 3. Reflections of Wealth Start with Identity. The fundamental shift from pursuing wealth to embodying wealth begins with a profound transformation of identity. Many spend years chasing money, believing that once they acquire enough, they'll finally become the person they wish to be. This approach, however, works backwards. True and lasting prosperity flows from first becoming the person who naturally attracts and maintains wealth. Think about how you currently identify yourself in relation to money. Do you see yourself as someone who is always trying to get ahead, struggling to make ends meet, or constantly worried about finances? This core identity shapes every financial decision, habit, and outcome in your life. The wealthy don't just have different bank accounts, they operate from a fundamentally different sense of self. Your wealthy identity isn't about pretending or fake it till you make it superficiality. It's about consciously choosing to step into the authentic version of yourself that already possesses the qualities, mindset, and capabilities of someone who naturally generates and maintains abundance. This wealthy avatar exists within you as a potential waiting to be activated. Consider how a wealthy version of yourself would approach daily decisions. They wouldn't obsess over saving a few dollars or worry about affording basic necessities. Instead, they would focus on value creation, investment opportunities, and strategic choices that align with their prosperous nature. This shift in perspective comes from a place of security and abundance rather than scarcity and fear. Creating your wealthy identity requires careful examination of your current self-concept and deliberate reconstruction of how you view yourself in relation to money. Start by writing out detailed descriptions of how your wealthy self thinks, feels, and behaves. What values drive their decisions? How do they carry themselves? What kind of relationships do they maintain? What daily habits support their prosperity? This identity reconstruction often reveals uncomfortable truths about current behaviors that don't align with wealth consciousness. You might notice patterns of self-sabotage, limiting beliefs, or habits that belong to your old identity. Acknowledge these patterns with compassion, understanding that they served a purpose in your past but no longer fit who you're becoming. The wealthy identity you're stepping into must feel authentic and aligned with your core values. If your vision of wealth conflicts with your deeper beliefs about what makes a good person, you'll experience internal resistance that blocks your progress. Integration happens when you understand that wealth can be a tool for expressing your highest values and making a positive impact in the world. Your new identity strengthens through daily reinforcement. Each morning, connect with the essence of your wealthy self through meditation, journaling, or mirror work. Throughout the day, pause before making decisions and ask, what would my wealthy self do in this situation? Let this identity guide not just financial choices, but all aspects of how you show up in the world. Language plays a crucial role in identity transformation. Notice how you speak about money, success, and your own capabilities. Your wealthy identity uses language that assumes abundance, expects positive outcomes, and claims their natural right to prosperity. They don't hope, wish, or try, they simply are. This subtle but powerful shift in self-explorations helps crystallize your new identity in both your conscious and subconscious mind. Identity transformation is a gradual process of becoming. Each time you choose thoughts, words, and actions aligned with your wealthy identity, you strengthen neural pathways that make this new way of being more natural and automatic. Your reflection in the mirror begins to show you not who you're pretending to be, but who you're actually becoming, someone who embodies wealth from the inside out. Chapter 4. Stand in front of the mirror of possibility. The mirror before you is more than mere glass and silver. It's a portal to your future self. When you stand before it with conscious intention, you create a sacred space where transformation becomes tangible. This physical act of facing yourself carries profound psychological weight, as it forces you to confront both who you are and who you're becoming. Consider your bathroom mirror, the full-length mirror in your bedroom, or even your reflection in a store window. These everyday surfaces become powerful tools when approached with purpose. Each glance can reinforce your wealthy identity, but only if you train yourself to see beyond the current reality. The key lies in using these reflective moments as opportunities to project and embrace your future wealthy self. The mirror practice begins with positioning yourself before a full-length mirror in a private space where you won't be disturbed. Take a deep breath and really look at yourself, not with judgment, but with appreciation for the canvas before you. Notice how you stand, how you hold yourself, and the expression in your eyes. Now, consciously shift your posture to embody confidence and success. Straighten your spine, lift your chin slightly, and let your shoulders relax back and down. Feel the energy of abundance flow through your body. As you maintain this powerful stance, begin to overlay your future wealthy self onto your reflection. See the subtle changes in your appearance, the quality of your clothing, the sophistication of your grooming, the confident gleam in your eye. This isn't about fantasizing. It's about recognizing the wealthy version of you that already exists within. That version isn't a distant dream, but a present reality waiting to be fully expressed. The mirror of possibility extends beyond physical reflections. Every interaction, every decision, and every environment reflects your relationship with wealth. Your home becomes a mirror, showing you whether you're living in alignment with abundance or scarcity. Your workplace mirrors your professional worth. Your relationships reflect your self-value. Begin to see these aspects of your life as malleable reflections that you can consciously shape. This practice gains power through repetition and emotional investment. Each morning, spend at least 5 minutes in front of your mirror, not just checking your appearance, but actively engaging with your wealthy reflection. Speak to yourself with the authority of someone who commands abundance. Move with the grace of someone who navigates prosperity with ease. Let your eyes reflect the certainty of someone who knows their worth. Throughout your day, use every reflective surface as a reminder of your transformation. When you catch your reflection in a window or mirror, pause for a moment to align with your wealthy identity. These brief moments accumulate, gradually replacing your old self-direction with the new, prosperous version you're cultivating. The mirror of possibility also reveals areas where your current reality doesn't match your wealthy vision. Rather than causing disappointment, these revelations become invaluable guidance. They show you precisely where to focus your transformation efforts. If your reflection shows tension around money discussions, practice confident financial conversations. If your posture betrays uncertainty, work on embodying authority and ease. Your relationship with mirrors will evolve as you practice this technique. What begins as a conscious exercise becomes a natural state of being. You'll start to automatically see your wealthy self reflected back at you, and your actions will naturally align with this vision. The gap between who you are and who you're becoming will gradually close, until the wealthy version of you isn't just a reflection, it's simply who you are. The mirror never lies, but it reflects what you choose to see. Train your eyes to see past temporary circumstances to the wealthy essence that resides within you. Let every reflection serve as a reminder of your unlimited potential and the prosperous future that awaits your embodiment. Chapter 5. Visualize the rich version of you daily. The power of daily visualization lies not in occasional daydreaming, but in the consistent, intentional practice of seeing yourself as already wealthy. When you dedicate specific time each day to visualizing your prosperous self, you're essentially programming your subconscious mind with new instructions for success. Your visualization practice should be as detailed and vivid as watching a high-definition movie of your ideal life. Start by finding a quiet space where you won't be interrupted. Close your eyes and imagine stepping into the shoes of your wealthy self. What does your morning routine look like? Perhaps you're waking up in your dream home, feeling the luxurious sheets against your skin and hearing the gentle sound of waves crashing outside your oceanfront window. Feel the plush carpet beneath your feet as you walk to your spa-like bathroom. Experience the satisfaction of checking your investment accounts and seeing the numbers grow. The key to effective visualization is engaging all your senses. Don't just see the images. Feel the emotions, hear the sounds, smell the aromas, and taste the flavors of your wealthy lifestyle. When you drive your dream car, feel the smooth leather steering wheel under your fingers. Inhale that distinct new car scent and experience the thrill of acceleration. When you imagine closing a major business deal, feel the confidence coursing through your body. Hear the congratulations from your partners and experience the pride of achievement. Timing matters in visualization practice. The most powerful moments for programming your subconscious mind are just before falling asleep and immediately upon waking. These are the times when your brain transitions between different wave states, making it more receptive to new programming. Spend at least 10 minutes during these periods immersing yourself in detailed visions of your wealthy life. Create visualization triggers throughout your day to maintain this wealthy mindset. Place small mirrors in strategic locations, your office desk, your car, your wallet, and use each glance as a reminder to briefly step into your wealthy identity. Let everyday objects become anchors for your visualization practice. Your coffee mug can remind you to envision morning strategy sessions in your executive office. Your workout clothes can trigger visions of maintaining peak performance as a wealthy leader. The effectiveness of your visualization practice amplifies when you record your own wealth visualization script. Use your smartphone to record yourself describing your ideal wealthy life in present tense, speaking with conviction and emotion. Layer this recording with instrumental music that evokes success and abundance. Listen to this personal wealth meditation during your commute, workout, or daily walks. Visualization isn't passive wishful thinking, it's active mental rehearsal. Athletes use visualization to perfect their performance, and wealthy people use it to maintain and expand their success. Your brain doesn't distinguish between vividly imagined experiences and real ones, so each visualization session actually builds new neural pathways that support your wealthy identity. As you practice daily visualization, you'll notice subtle shifts in your behavior and decision-making. You'll naturally begin carrying yourself differently, speaking more confidently, and making choices aligned with your wealthy vision. Your visualization practice becomes a daily reminder of who you're becoming and serves as a compass guiding your actions toward greater prosperity. Make your visualization practice non-negotiable, like brushing your teeth or eating meals. Schedule it in your calendar and protect this time as sacred. Your commitment to daily visualization demonstrates to yourself and the universe that you're serious about stepping into your wealthy identity. Through consistent practice, the gap between your current reality and your visualized prosperity will gradually close as your outer world aligns with the rich inner vision you hold steadfast in your mind. Dress, think, and act as the future you. The wealthy version of you already exists in potential. Now it's time to bring that vision into your physical reality through deliberate action. Your outer appearance and behavior serve as powerful signals to both your subconscious mind and the world around you about who you are becoming. When you begin embodying your prosperous future self, you accelerate the manifestation of that reality. Start with your physical presentation. While true wealth isn't about designer labels or flashy displays, there's undeniable power in dressing in a way that makes you feel successful and confident. Choose clothing that reflects the level of success you're moving toward, even if you need to start small. This doesn't mean overspending or creating debt. It means being strategic about building a wardrobe that makes you feel like the wealthy individual you're becoming. When you look in the mirror and see someone who commands respect and radiates success, your behavior naturally shifts to match that image. Your thought patterns and internal dialogue must also align with your wealthy identity. Wealthy people think differently about money, time, and opportunity. They consider long-term consequences, focus on value creation, and maintain an abundance mindset. Begin practicing these thought patterns now. When faced with decisions, ask yourself, how would my wealthy self approach this situation? This simple question can dramatically shift your perspective and lead to choices that support your prosperity journey. The way you carry yourself physically sends powerful messages to others and, more importantly, to yourself. Practice the body language of success. Stand tall, maintain eye contact, and move with purpose. Your wealthy self isn't rushed or frantic, but operates with calm confidence and deliberate grace. These physical adjustments might feel uncomfortable at first, like trying on new clothes, but they'll become natural with practice. Your speech patterns also play a crucial role in embodying your wealthy identity. Notice how prosperous people communicate. They speak with clarity, conviction, and optimism. They use empowering language and avoid self-deprecating comments or complaints about money. Start incorporating these communication patterns into your daily interactions. Replace phrases like, I can't afford it, with, I'm choosing to invest my money elsewhere right now. Decision-making, as your wealthy self requires, a shift in perspective. Wealthy people make decisions based on value rather than just cost. They invest in their growth, health, and relationships because they understand these areas compound over time. Start making decisions from this mindset, even in small ways. Consider the long-term return on investment rather than just the immediate price tag. Your daily habits and routines should reflect those of your wealthy identity. Successful people often have structured morning routines, prioritize health and wellness, and maintain organized environments. Begin incorporating these elements into your life now. Your wealthy self values time as much as money and uses it intentionally. Embodying your wealthy identity isn't about pretending or creating a false persona. It's about aligning your current actions with your future reality. Every time you dress, think, speak, or act as your wealthy self, you're building neural pathways that make this identity more natural and accessible. You're not just playing a role, you're actually becoming the prosperous individual you see in the rich mirror. Your environment should also reflect your wealthy identity. Keep your space clean, organized, and beautiful within your means. Surround yourself with elements that remind you of abundance and success. Even small touches like fresh flowers, inspiring art, or a well-organized desk can help reinforce your wealthy identity. Chapter 7. Remove the fog of doubt and see clearly. As you stand before your rich mirror, you may notice moments when the reflection becomes clouded, obscured by whispers of doubt that creep into your consciousness. This mental fog is natural, but it doesn't have to persist. Just as you would clean a physical mirror to see clearly, You must regularly clear away the psychological debris that accumulates on your path to wealth. Doubt manifests in many forms, sometimes as a quiet voice questioning your worthiness, other times as a loud chorus of past failures demanding attention. These doubtful thoughts create a haze between you and your wealthy reflection, distorting your vision and weakening your connection to your prosperous future self. Understanding that doubt is simply a protective mechanism gone awry helps you approach it with compassion while remaining firm in your commitment to clarity. The first step in removing this fog is to recognize its source. Often, doubts are echoes of past experiences or inherited beliefs about money and success. Perhaps you grew up hearing that wealth only comes through struggle, or that rich people are somehow morally compromised. These deeply embedded narratives create a persistent mist that clouds your vision. By identifying these specific doubt patterns, you can address them directly, rather than allowing them to linger as a general sense of uncertainty. Your wealthy reflection requires crystal clear vision, and this clarity comes through deliberate mental housekeeping. When doubt appears, acknowledge its presence without engaging with its story. Imagine you're holding a cleaning cloth, and with each intentional breath, you're wiping away another layer of uncertainty. This isn't about fighting or resisting doubt, it's about gently but firmly removing it from your mirror's surface. External influences can also contribute to the fog of doubt. Well-meaning friends and family members might project their own financial fears onto your vision. Media messages about economic uncertainty or the impossibility of achieving wealth may try to cloud your mirror. Creating boundaries around these external influences is crucial. Just as you would protect a physical mirror from elements that could tarnish it, guard your mental mirror from influences that dim its reflection. Consider implementing a clarity practice, a daily ritual of questioning your doubts. When a doubtful thought arises, ask yourself, is this doubt based on current reality or past programming? Does this serve my wealthy reflection? Does this simple practice help distinguish between legitimate concerns that require attention and mere fog that needs clearing? The wealthy version of you exists in perfect clarity on the other side of doubt. This version isn't bothered by temporary setbacks or others' skepticism. Through consistent practice, you'll develop an immunity to the fog-generating elements that once obscured your vision. Your mirror will remain clear, reflecting back the unwavering image of your prosperous self. Clearing doubt is not a one-time event, but a continuous practice. Just as a mirror may need regular cleaning to maintain its reflective properties, your wealthy vision requires ongoing maintenance. Each time you clear away doubt, your reflection becomes sharper, more detailed, and more compelling. The wealthy you becomes increasingly visible, not just as a possibility, but as an emerging reality. This chapter's practice involves creating your personal doubt dissolution ritual. Find a quiet space where you won't be interrupted. Stand before your mirror and speak directly to any doubts that arise. Name them specifically, acknowledge their presence, and then consciously release them, watching them dissipate like morning fog in sunshine. As the fog clears, allow yourself to fully experience the clarity of your wealthy reflection, knowing that maintaining this clarity is both your right and your responsibility. Lesson 8. Affirm what you see until it feels true. The power of affirmations lies not in their mere repetition, but in the gradual rewiring of your neural pathways and belief systems. When you consistently affirm the wealthy version of yourself that you see in the mirror, you're essentially programming your subconscious mind to accept this new reality. This process requires more than just mechanical recitation. It demands emotional investment and genuine belief in the words you speak. Your brain doesn't distinguish between real and vividly imagined experiences. When you combine strong emotional conviction with your wealth affirmations, you create new neural patterns that support your desired financial reality. This is why wealthy people often report feeling rich long before their bank accounts reflected their inner certainty. They understood that their internal dialogue needed to align with their aspirations before external circumstances could. The key to creating effective wealth affirmations is personalizing them to resonate with your specific journey and desires. Generic statements like, "I am rich," often fall flat because they lack personal connection and believability. Instead, craft affirmations that bridge your current reality with your desired state. For instance, "I am becoming more financially abundant each day," or "I attract wealth through my valuable contributions to others," creates a more natural progression in your belief system. Evidence building is crucial in making your affirmations feel true. Start collecting proof that supports your new wealthy identity. Perhaps it's the small wins in your business, positive feedback from clients, or moments when you made smart financial decisions. Each piece of evidence strengthens your belief in your affirmations and makes them more powerful. Document these instances in a wealth evidence journal to reinforce your progress and maintain momentum. The timing and environment of your affirmations matter significantly. Morning and evening sessions, when your mind is most receptive, create powerful bookends to your day. Stand before your mirror, make eye contact with yourself, and speak your affirmations with conviction. Feel the words resonating in your body, and allow yourself to experience the emotions of already having achieved your financial goals. This mind-body connection amplifies the impact of your affirmations. As you progress, you'll notice your affirmations evolving. What once felt like a stretch may now feel too conservative. This is a sign of growth. Your wealth consciousness is expanding. Update your affirmations to match your new level of belief and aspiration. The wealthy version of you in the mirror is dynamic, constantly growing and achieving new heights of success. Your affirmation practice becomes more potent when you create an entire ecosystem around it. Incorporate visual aids, such as vision boards or symbolic objects that represent wealth, into your affirmation space. Use music that evokes feelings of abundance and success. These environmental cues support your words and help create a multisensory experience that deepens your belief. Doubt might occasionally surface during your affirmation practice. This is natural and even beneficial. It shows you're pushing beyond your comfort zone. When doubt arises, acknowledge it without judgment, then gently return to your affirmations with renewed focus. Each time you choose your affirmations over doubt, you strengthen your wealthy identity. The ultimate goal is to reach a state where your affirmations feel as natural as stating your name. This happens gradually through consistent practice and the accumulation of supporting evidence in your life. Your mirror becomes a trusted ally in this process, reflecting back the confident, wealthy individual you're becoming. With each affirmation session, you're not just speaking words, you're actively participating in your transformation into the wealthy person you see in your reflection. Chapter 9. Let your actions catch up to your reflection. The gap between who you see in your wealth mirror and who you are today can only be bridged through aligned action. While visualization and identity work form the foundation of transformation, your physical reality shifts when your daily behaviors match the reflection of your wealthy self. Think of your actions as messengers carrying your inner vision into the material world. Each choice you make either reinforces or contradicts the wealthy identity you've cultivated. When you consistently act in accordance with your wealthy reflection, you create evidence that supports your new self-improvement. This evidence builds momentum, making it increasingly natural to embody your prosperous identity. The key lies in starting with small, manageable actions that your current self can sustain while stretching toward your vision. If your wealthy reflection shows someone who invests wisely, begin by educating yourself about investment basics and setting aside even tiny amounts to invest. If your reflection reveals someone who networks confidently with high-achieving people, start attending local business events and practicing your social skills. These initial steps might feel uncomfortable, but this discomfort signals that you're expanding beyond your existing patterns. Your wealthy reflection also serves as a decision-making compass. When faced with choices, ask yourself, what would my wealthy self do in this situation? This simple question helps align your actions with your vision. Your wealthy self might choose to invest in quality items that last, rather than buying cheap alternatives repeatedly. They might prioritize learning opportunities over entertainment, or choose to spend time with growth-minded people instead of those who reinforce scarcity thinking. The process of action alignment often reveals areas where your current habits and environments don't support your wealthy identity. You might notice that your spending patterns, time management, or relationship dynamics conflict with your wealthy reflection. Instead of viewing these revelations as failures, recognize them as valuable feedback showing you exactly what needs to change. Physical environment plays a crucial role in this alignment process. Your wealthy reflection likely inhabits spaces that reflect success and abundance. Begin upgrading your environment in ways that support your vision, even if modestly at first. This might mean creating a dedicated workspace, or organizing your finances, or simply maintaining a cleaner, more orderly living space. These environmental shifts reinforce your wealthy identity and make it easier to take aligned actions. Alignment doesn't mean perfection. Your actions won't always match your wealthy reflection, especially in the beginning. The goal is progress, not perfection. When you notice misalignment, simply adjust your course and continue moving forward. Each aligned action, no matter how small, builds evidence that supports your wealth identity. Time management becomes particularly important as you align your actions with your wealthy reflection. Your prosperous self likely uses time intentionally, investing it in activities that generate value and growth. Start scheduling your days as if you're already operating at that level. This might mean blocking time for learning, networking, or working on business ideas, even if these activities don't yet generate income. As your actions increasingly align with your wealthy reflection, you'll notice subtle shifts in how others respond to you. People will begin treating you differently, offering opportunities that match your new identity. This external feedback creates a positive reinforcement loop, making it easier to maintain aligned actions and accelerating your transformation. The journey from reflection to reality requires patience and persistence. Some days the gap between your current actions and your wealthy reflection may seem vast. Yet each aligned choice, each deliberate step toward your vision, narrows this gap. Your actions are literally building the bridge to your wealthy future, one conscious decision at a time. Chapter 10. Live in alignment with the wealth you see. The journey of transformation through the rich mirror culminates in perhaps the most crucial element of all, alignment. When your thoughts, feelings, actions, and energy are synchronized with the wealthy version of yourself you see in the mirror, magic happens. This alignment isn't about perfection. It's about consistency between your inner vision and outer expression. Living in alignment means making decisions from the perspective of your wealthy self, not your current circumstances. When faced with choices, ask yourself, what would my wealthy self do in this situation? This simple question creates a bridge between your vision and reality, helping you navigate decisions with greater clarity and purpose. Your wealthy self might choose the longer-term investment over the quick profit, opt for quality over temporary savings, or invest in relationships that elevate rather than drain. The wealthy version of you that you've been cultivating through reflection practices has specific standards, boundaries, and values. Alignment requires honoring these elements in your daily life, even when it feels uncomfortable or challenges your old patterns. If your wealthy self values time freedom, you might need to say no to commitments that don't serve your highest good. If your wealthy self prioritizes health and vitality, you might need to invest in better nutrition or a premium gym membership, treating these not as expenses, but as investments in your wealthy identity. Energy alignment is particularly powerful in the manifestation of wealth. The wealthy you vibrates at a different frequency, one of abundance, possibility, and expansive thinking. This isn't metaphysical fluff. It's about maintaining an energy state that attracts opportunities and enables you to recognize them when they appear. When you're energetically aligned with wealth, you naturally gravitate toward environments, conversations, and opportunities that match your vision. Your relationships play a crucial role in alignment. The wealthy you likely surrounds themselves with ambitious, growth-minded people who inspire and challenge them. This might mean gradually shifting your social circle, joining mastermind groups, or seeking mentorship from those who embody the success you envision. While this doesn't mean abandoning old friends, it does mean being intentional about where you invest your social energy. Physical environment alignment is equally important. Your wealthy self likely maintains spaces that reflect success, order, and abundance. This might mean upgrading your workspace, organizing your living area, or creating a specific sanctuary for your wealth-building activities. Every physical space you inhabit should reinforce, not contradict, the wealthy identity you're embodying. Financial alignment requires practicing the money habits of your wealthy self now, regardless of your current bank balance. This means treating your finances with respect, maintaining immaculate records, making informed investment decisions, and having a clear wealth strategy. It means stopping financial behaviors that your wealthy self would never engage in, like impulse purchases or avoiding money conversations. Time management alignment is crucial. The wealthy you values time as their most precious resource. This means structuring your days intentionally, prioritizing activities that build long-term wealth over short-term gratification, and creating systems that maximize your productivity and impact. Your calendar should reflect the priorities of your wealthy self, not your past patterns. The ultimate test of alignment comes during challenges. When obstacles arise, staying aligned with your wealthy self means responding with resilience, creativity, and unwavering faith in your vision. It means viewing setbacks as temporary and maintaining your wealth consciousness even when external circumstances suggest otherwise. Your wealthy self understands that challenges are not roadblocks but stepping stones to greater abundance. Alignment is a dynamic process, not a destination. As your vision of wealth evolves, so too will your alignment practices. Stay flexible, keep refining your reflection in the rich mirror, and let your aligned actions create the bridge between your current reality and the wealthy future you've already seen.